Well, hello and good evening, and once again another vlog or video log or whatever you want to call it. I am exhausted. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. I've been up for quite a while today. It's already 9 p.m. And as you notice, I've lowered the entire setup so I can actually sit down again. Um, Show you how simply I live. Ignore that bike, by the way, it's going away. Went and bought a bicycle, and it's too small for me. Too small. Yay. Other than that, just a lot of stress and a lot of getting your ducks all in a row. Kind of just makes me just keyed up all the time. Like, I'm not smoking or anything, but I gotta go out and do something. I can't just sit around and do nothing. So I'm always doing something. I've been going to the track a lot lately. I tried to like run 100 meters, like see how fast I could do it. It was pretty pathetic. I used to be not super blazingly fast, but I could at least run. And it goes to show you what age can do to a body, and I'll never be fast again. And that's, one of the things that you have to realize and accept as you grow old, is that you're never going to be as good a shape as you were when you're in your 20s or even your 30s. But you can try. And I don't even know why I'm doing some of this stuff. I'm just all blah about everything lately. I'm blah about my job. I'm blah about living in Oshkosh. I'm blah about the way things are going and lack of progress on certain things, and blah about never starting a family. And probably that makes me a big case of blah, especially in cases like on Father's Day. You're like, oh great, let's see all these like Father's Day pictures and stuff like that. And I'm all cool with that, and I spend every Father's Day with my father. But he's getting up there too now, and how many more Father's Days do you have left? And you start going into this mindset that life isn't forever, and you have to spend every day, moment as it's going to be your last, because you never know when everything's just going to be snatched away from you. And it's some like pretty heavy shit. And no matter what you do, no matter what you try, there are certain factors that will always be out of your control. And I've been working on that a lot this week. I can't control everything. Much to my best laid plans, sometimes the best laid plans fail. And I don't know what to do about that anymore. I just got to keep positive, keep plugging away at this stuff, and eventually, yeah, it'll all get better. I can only hope. Also, having like, I know this is like weird, but I'm feeling lonely lately. Just lonely. All I do is like work and go do activities by myself, and I think that's something I need to do. But my social aspects and skills are declining. I really gotta work on that. Sometimes it's just like, it's weird because if you reach a certain age without reaching getting married or having kids and something like that, after a while people tend to look at you weird, like, why didn't he never get married? Is there something wrong with him? Or he must be a weirdo or creepapope or something like that, because he doesn't have any kids or never got married or something like that. And that kind of like wears on you after a while. Is that like the societal norm for everything? Is like, you have to get married, you have to have kids, and I didn't want to. There are people, and yeah, there were certain women that I'd love to settle down with, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I would like to, but if it doesn't happen, does that define my entire life? No. Who knows? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Just trying to muddle through and trying to live your life to the fullest without fucking up anybody else's life. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm just off on these weird tangents and confused about certain things. 60 days without a cigarette kind of tends to piss you off a little bit. So I think that's another thing. I used to have a cigarette to calm down. I can't do that anymore. I can't go take 5 and have a cigarette and go out, and then I'm a lot more confrontational than I used to be. I usually just let it go. I'm going to have a smoke if something pissed me off. No, not anymore. If something pisses me off, I always tell people about it. And dude, you're pissing me off. Fuck off. And maybe not such a good thing to do when you work at a place, but just feel used and abused, regulated, put on a shelf. Shut up and do your parameters. Robot number 16. I'm not happy. Not happy doing that. There's no opportunity for me to grow. I think that's part of the reason I'm so miserable right now there. I'm just there because they pay me money for a predefined task, and fine. And I'll show up and do that predefined task. But the opportunity for growth, which they say is a career path, is zero. It's zilch. It's nada. It's fucking bullshit. I don't fucking like it there anymore. And I can't wait to try something else with my life. Maybe it's the turning 40 thing. Maybe it's general malaise from doing a certain thing for so long, and then I'm always the type to just go try all these different things. Quo vadis, you live one life, try a lot of different things, and I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's them, most definitely them, but there's no longer a meeting of the minds there, and that's part of my malaise, along with other things, but that's a general cause of it. I don't know, I'm rambling and doing things, but it's just weird. I thought that I've also been dealing with some financial issues. This sucks, dude. This is terrible. I always do my best to have all my bills paid on time and have a pretty stable financial outlook at things. And there's a process that's going on right now where I don't have enough money to pay the bills that are going on right now. I have a roof over my head, and the lights are on, but the fridge is pretty fucking bare, if you know what I mean. And when you're faced with any kind of financial crisis, most people do one of two things. They either try to find more work, or they try to sell something. As I'm pretty much a minimalist, I don't have a lot of shit to sell, and I'm trying to find something else to do, but you kind of feel trapped that way. Another reason I'm saying there, I feel trapped because, well, it's something. It's paying the bills mostly, and it could be worse. What the fuck? Other stuff. I don't have time to play video games. I bought Persona 4 on a digital download. I haven't touched it. Persona 2 I played for 15 minutes. Didn't touch it after that. Try to sell my video games. Nobody wants them. So I don't really like sitting out and playing games anymore. So I really didn't want to buy a PS4. I always thought I was going to be excited for it, but maybe I'll just buy Persona 5 when it comes out on the PS3 and hope my thing lasts that long. Then maybe I'm done playing video games. Go out there, meet people, do something, but Yeah, but that's about it. It's about 10 minutes in here. What else is worthing? Oh yeah, going out and like getting into shape and stuff like that, and you're doing it at like a public place, you know. If you're a young person that sees like an older dude trying to get into shape, he's fat, big deal, you know. You don't look going like meh, like that, you know. It kind of pisses me off and hurts, and you'll get to my age someday, and you know your shit'll sag and stuff like that. Yeah, don't get all judgy. But that's about it. Sorry, nothing of real content here. I was just more or less 11 minutes of me rambling on about various shit, but what are you going to do? It's not like I can fire up TKP again, and I mean, I have to do a lot of other stuff with that too. So, and I have to get this thing rehabbed and put together. So, all right, I'm done. Renji says bye. Later, Gators.